and skinny. Tall, lanky. They're packing.
Tall and skinny.
Tall and skinny.
Tall and skinny.
Tall, skinny guy, for sure, yeah.
Tall, skinny guy. Tall, skinny.
Ever since the year 2010, the amount of incels, involuntarily celibate people, has risen from 10% to 30%. It has quite literally tripled. And the black male community has this belief that it's all about looks, which is a huge factor. But you know what else is a freaking huge factor? Is simply the fact that you are not 6 feet tall. Because less than 30% of women are selecting men on dating apps who are not 6 feet tall. It is such a superficial number. And between me and you guys, I really hate that women are this superficial, because it really diminishes the potential for a really deep connection with a really awesome guy simply because of a number. I mean, all it takes is looking at a guy 5'11" and 6 feet tall to realize they literally look the exact same height, but inside their head, society has brainwashed them that you have to be 6 feet tall. So today, I'm gonna just talk about why women have created a standard to where they can only date a guy who is 6 feet tall, and then obviously give you some tips to actually grow taller. Let's get it. Just for a little bit of reference, 85% of men are less than 6 feet tall. This is quite a rare height. And as I previously mentioned, only 30% of women are choosing men 5'11" and under. The second you bump it up to 6 feet, this doubles to 60%. You know what's even more fascinating is that it keeps rising until it peaks out at 6 feet 6. With 90% of women putting their settings on a man who is 6 foot 6. Do you know how rare it is to actually find a man who is 6 foot 6? Well, this is roughly 0.17% of the entire population. You see 1,000 men on a daily basis. 1 or 2 of these will be 6 foot 6, but women have it in their minds that this is what they want. This is the standard that they're creating. And yes, it is a little bit delusional, but at the same time, you cannot really blame the woman. We can really only blame the dating apps. The dating apps, ever since 2010, they came into play. There was 10% of the population were incels, and this tripled to 30% just after Tinder was introduced into society. Because what these dating apps actually do is it allows women to pretty much build their perfect man. How tall do I want my guy to be? How do I want him to look? What phenotype does he have? And they swipe and swipe and swipe, and they have even done studies. Even an unattractive woman or even an average woman will get more matches than somebody who is considered a Chad. So these dating apps have completely skewed everything. So if you really want to find love in the first place, I don't advocate looking through a dating app unless obviously you meet all these requirements. Why are women actually like this? Well, evolutionarily speaking, it comes from hypergamy. Because since the beginning of time, women have always desired to be with the strongest, the biggest man, the most powerful man who can protect them and their offspring. It is simple biology. You can't get mad at the woman. It's just how we are programmed. In these prehistoric times, the woman would typically choose the guy who's the biggest, the strongest, the fastest, the guy who will help her survive. This is the sexiest, most attractive man to her. And many times, I would assume that this guy is naturally going to be taller. And then just looking at a man of stature, a lot of women just feel he can protect them more naturally. And on one end of the spectrum, it really doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, a lot of tall guys don't have any fighting experience, anything like this, but women, just evolutionarily speaking, they feel more drawn to this. They are more attracted to this type of frame. So if you want to be one of the 10% of guys dating 80 to 90% of the woman, this video is for you. Now, I'm just focusing on height today, but you need height. You need to be attractive. I would say at least a 7 out of 10 facially. You need a good physique, a 6-pack. You need to be financially comfortable. I would say at least 10K a month. Like, you gotta have all the boxes ticked, or else even if she does get with you, even in the back of her head, there's always that thought that she did not get with the best man. You might be out in public, you see another Chad, he's taller than you, he's more handsome, and your woman might even give him choosing signals. I've seen this in person. This would be my nightmare. So obviously, you know it, I know it, we all know it. You have to become the best possible version of yourself. You have to level up in every single aspect so that your girl will never even look in the direction of another man. The average man in America is 5'9". Now, he does not do any height growth protocols, anything like this, under the age of 25, so he stays at that 5'9". He doesn't do anything. I don't think you guys actually realize that you can change your height a little bit. For example, it's going to be 60 to 80% genetic, 20 to 40% environmental, meaning that you can do things. I get comments all the time. People follow my protocols, they grew taller doing the supplements, doing the workouts, doing the sprinting. everything. Before I tell you how to actually optimize your height, more specifically, I'm going to do a story time once again on my height growth journey. I'm just going to let you know right now, if you want the full-blown height growth masterclass in Kalos Academy, it is 25% off for a very limited time. In addition to this, you got to get Titan Growth 2.0, which has 500 to 1,000% of all your daily nutrients to make sure that you are not like the 92% of other Americans who are vitamin and mineral deficient. This is going to allow you to optimize all of your height growth genetics. Obviously, supplementation is going to be the last thing to worry about. You need to focus on overall nutrition and health first, but supplements help. And all of my supplements, they're made in Colorado. They're all scientifically proven to actually be extremely effective. Before you set out on your height growth journey, I don't want you setting any unrealistic expectations. Honestly, I really don't even want you to try your hardest to grow taller. What I do want you to do though is get obsessed with health optimization. This is what I did from the ages of 17 to 18 whenever I grew from 5'9" to 6'4" and an additional 2 inches in my 20s. You have to be obsessed with health optimization. What does this mean? It means that whenever the body's in a state where it has higher levels of IGF-1, human growth hormone, it has higher elevated levels of testosterone, you will optimize everything to the absolute fullest. Because look at everyone else, man. If the average person is 5'9", he doesn't get nearly enough sleep, not enough protein, he doesn't exercise, he doesn't do anything, he doesn't supplement, he's vitamin and mineral deficient. How can you expect him to grow past this 5'9" genetic potential? You can't, man. It's delusional if you think that. But if you optimize everything the best you can, you will. For example, when I was 17, I was literally drinking a gallon of raw, grass-fed, unpasteurized milk on a daily basis. In addition to grass-fed steak, lots of eggs, cheese, really good, healthy food. I was doing sprints twice a week in an open field, completely barefoot. I was meditating. I was working out, doing full body compound movements 3 times per week. This was what I was doing. And a byproduct of this, it was that I grew taller. It was never something I was really seeking. And at the end of the day, guys, you can do all these protocols, but I don't want you ever feeling insecure about your height. If a girl doesn't like you because you're not tall enough, if you're not handsome enough, that's her prerogative, man. You got to focus on becoming the best version of yourself by whatever means. So build a better physique, make more money, be a better person at the end of the day. And if you don't get all the girls, it's not the end of the day, man, because some people win the genetic lottery, some people don't. That's it though. Subscribe if you're new. I love you with all my heart. Peace.